Hey all, welcome to the Hero Homestead channel. I am your host for today, Zach, and I will be going through everything there is to go through for being a hero at the homestead. If y'all haven't been paying attention to the news, or you live under a rock or are from another planet, you can tell that our entire planet is under some sort of medical lockdown for the coronavirus. It sucks. It's boring. It's a change up. Boring as in a lot of us are stuck at home and don't know what to do. Some of us still have the luxury of going to work or forced to, depending on how you look at it. I work in a construction field, but we service mostly hospitals and medical facilities. And thankfully, a lot of our guys, pretty much the whole company, is still able to go to work and do their thing. Myself, I have asthma and other medical issues that compromise my immune system. So that means that even though I try to press on and I am a very capable human being, during times like this, they finally say, you know what, you need to go home, because yes, you have the equal chance of getting it to the guy next to you, but if someone like me gets it, I'm the guy that ends up in the ICU and could be added to one of the death numbers, and I don't want that to be me. So here we are. Been thinking about doing a channel like this. I'm in the prepper community. I'm in the Christian faith community. I'm in the just good traditional values, home life, take care of yourself, do the work, get it done, and be happy and have a good life kind of community. So I've noticed around me that there's a lot of people where I'm from that have no idea how to take care of themselves or what to do, whether it's a crisis or just everyday life, and that is kind of ridiculous, but not impossible to overcome. And I've been saying for a long time, and a lot of my friends and family have been saying for a long time, why don't you start making some of these videos showing the stuff that you guys do around your place, and maybe the people that you know will see it, and then the people that they know will pass it along, and so forth and so on. And before you know it, you could help out, a couple hundred people. And that's what I'm gonna do. So some of this stuff, if you're into the Prepare Your Mind channel or survival prepping for normal people, those kind of videos, kind of the same vein of things. I might repeat some of the stuff that they've talked about over their long list of videos, but that's okay, because I'm trying to reach people that I know that have no idea who any of these YouTubers are, but constantly ask me and my brother and my family questions of, hey, how do you take care of your house? How do you grow a garden? How do you deal with your family issues? Things like that are what I thought was common sense, but apparently not. So I am going to utilize my time that I now have from having to stay at home instead of go to work for a couple of weeks to get started on this. So there'll be a couple of videos to come over the next few days that will go over the things I've already been doing since I've been able to be home. So me and my girlfriend's son have been building a greenhouse. Didn't just come home and sit on the couch and go, woe is me, let's drink a beer and do nothing. Don't get me wrong, I had my beer, but it was out in the yard while we were working. So that's cool. The greenhouse is almost finished, and I'll post a video with pictures and things like that of the start to finish and all the cool uses for that. Also, this won't always be just me hosting this great thing. I will be having the kids do it and all the things that interest them, because I'm sure there's a lot more children and young adults watching YouTube than people my age or older. And I don't know everything that's going on out there, and they do. So that'll be helpful, and you'll get things from their perspective. So when you or your children that are also stuck home from school or have questions or concerns or no idea what's going on in the world, maybe they can tune in here and get the perspective from someone that's just like them. Also be having the girlfriend do it, because she's the one who knows how to make medicine from plants and do more garden stuff than I do and stuff like that. And then when it comes from me, you'll be seeing, how we build stuff, how we take care of a family, how we be leaders, how we have a lot of fun when there's not a whole lot of fun to be had, stuff like that. So my topic for today is starting with the basic of, excuse me. So you are suddenly out of a schedule that you normally are in and no idea what to do with yourself. You can't go to work, or your spouse can't go to work, your kids are not going to school, and it is a long time before that will go back to normal. You can't really run around, you can't go to restaurant, movies, you can't fill your time with the normal things that everyone fills their time with, to shove off I gotta sit in a room and talk to somebody that is my own family. Why is that so difficult? I don't understand that. I mean, Have we really gone that far as a society that shows I am at home in a room with my children or my spouse or the people that I live with, but I can't talk to them? I can't be there for more than 5 minutes without somebody losing interest and pulling up a phone or iPad or a TV or something and go, oh, hey, check out this cool distraction that I have or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about hilarious memes and goofy YouTube videos, but there comes a time where we should be able to just sit quietly still and laugh, play Monopoly, do whatever it is without the technology, because what if it wasn't there? I mean, with everything that's going on, let's say coronavirus gets really, really, really horrible. I mean, more so than it is now, where right now it's kind of controlled, kind of able to be handled in a proper way, and we're taking precautions extremely that way it doesn't get to a worst case scenario. But let's say there's one city out there where it just hits really hard and it's so bad, and all the resources have to be redirected to try to save lives. So now let's say you live in that city, and the government or your city officials or whoever says, you know what, the hospitals are overstaffed or understaffed and overcrowded, and we don't have the utility resources to get by because there's a whole city worth of people taking up power and water and things like that. So from whatever, say 2 p.m. until 10 o'clock at night, where most people are going to be getting home doing things, we're going to have to cut power to certain sections of the power grid in our city. We're going to have to lower the utilities or even shut off the water altogether, because to keep the hospital running, to keep these sick people alive, that's what it's going to take. And that happens. I mean, it happens in other countries all the time. And it could happen here to handle this pandemic problem that we're having. So in this hypothetical situation, you are now in a city or a town where the hospital needs the resources, and it's so bad that they're just going to say, you know what, everyone's going to have to sacrifice a little bit, and we'll save lives, but you need to be prepared. So now you come home, and you don't have power, you do not have water, and you do not have the internet. And sadly, the third one is what everyone freaks out about, because that is the thing that everyone uses to distract themselves from real life. And it sucks. Your kids will be like, my phone doesn't work, or my tablet doesn't work, I can't watch YouTube. You can't say, oh, well, I got to get my work done and send it in, otherwise my boss is going to get pissed. You can't do that because you don't have either power or internet or both. What do? Now you are literally forced to sit together in the house and talk. Why is that so hard? Pick a topic. Seriously. Every day when we have dinner or lunch or whatever meal it is we are together for, it's usually dinner because, typically me and the girlfriend, we go to work, the kids go to school. So breakfast is a mad dash. Everyone's leaving at different times. Lunch is usually at wherever you're at, my work, her work, their school. But dinner, everyone comes together. I didn't realize this. I thought it was normal. So growing up, same thing. Both my parents worked. My dad was in construction, so his hours were long and crazy. He got up and left before the sun and came home long after. And typically, us kids, me and my sister, we already had our homework done and our chores done and had our dinner long before my dad came home. And my mom is the one making and taking care of all of this, so she doesn't really sit down ever, like any mom I've ever met. And with that being said, a whole lifetime for myself grew up normal. Like, we connected, but there was no sit down with people. And that is a big deal for families, apparently. I thought it was something that left us in like the 60s and 70s, but my girlfriend's family, we're exact same age. We went to school together, that sort of thing. And that was something that they made sure was a necessity. And come to find out, when I talked to the teachers that are still working at the school for the kids that we have now, I'm sorry that they get 2 generations of people that are like me, because that's good for them. I wasn't a bad kid, but I wasn't a quiet kid either. They talk about how it makes such a big difference they remember my girlfriend's family, they always told her parents, it makes such a huge difference with her and her siblings that they always had that family time where they always made it a point to sit down and have dinner together, because they would talk, they would address their day, they stayed connected as a family. If there was a problem, it got handled. If there was a question, it got answered. And if nothing else, there was a minute where they all knew that, you know what, Mom and dad and us 4 girls, because it was her and 3 sisters, all were together in one spot and could laugh or talk or just be together as a unit and know this is our team. This is who we are. And we have that together. So now my girlfriend has said since forever that's what her family does and will do. And I really, really like it. Every day at dinner, we are together. We sit down no matter what's going on. 4 kids, 4 different sports, 4 different school activities, 2 different jobs, plus all the side work we got going on because she's doing her own business, I'm doing my own business, and things like that. So busy schedules. So don't give me the, well, we're too busy, I've got this, and Johnny's got baseball, and Sally's got soccer, and I'm trying to start my own embroidery business, or whatever the heck you want to say. There is time for anything you make time for. Whatever you feel is important is where you put your time and your effort. So don't give me that crap, there isn't time. There's always time, no matter what. You'll find out I take 0 excuses in life. None. There's no reason for it. Get the work done. Do it. Find a way. Be a problem solver, not a problem enhancer. So, anywho, take the time to sit down with your family. Start at the dinner table. You and your wife or husband or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your situation is, and if you have kids or whatever, come together at the table. Say grace. That way they understand where you start. Start at the top. Lead the family with your faith. Have your relationship with your spouse. Lead your children into a happy, healthy lifestyle. Very simple. It works. And I used to think it was not that important, didn't prioritize properly. And if anyone wants to look back through my 20s and, well, those years were, they were fun, but I got nothing accomplished. I caused a lot of problems for myself and didn't really succeed at anything I really, really tried at. And in the last year or so, as I was like, you know what, I need to readdress my life and put things back together, things got better. And now even more so with the family I have now, it works amazingly well. And leading all of that into what we're dealing with today with this stay-at-home lockdown, shelter-in-place, whatever the heck it's called in your own state, it's the one thing that keeps the sanity going in the house. We have all manner of personalities. All the kids have their own personality. And I don't mean like, oh, they're siblings and they're slightly different. No, each one is completely different. It is insanely cool and kind of odd, but it makes for an interesting dynamic when you have 6 completely different individuals in a house. It's crazy. But when you bring everyone together at the dinner table to have a conversation, say, how was your day? And not just, oh, hey, how was your day? Oh, it was fine. And then you move on. No, have some compassion, have some interest. That way they know that you are interested, that you care. That way you can hear my day was okay. All right, then I know that when one kid says, my day was okay, it means, well, I played PlayStation all day and was a little bored, but nothing bad happened. But if another kid says, my day was okay, she's depressed or stressed out about something or saw something or heard something on the internet that freaked her out, and now she needs to talk about it, but she's too scared to say it. Little things like that you can notice. But if you're not spending time together, not having conversation, it's missed. And then it's missed the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And before you know it, you took that missed opportunity and it turns into a pattern of suppressive behavior or anxiety or feeling aloneness or unable to communicate, and it becomes an adult person. And that person goes out into the world completely unable to survive. And it sucks. I got tons of friends that can't survive, can't communicate, can't deal with certain things. So when they get angry, they destroy stuff. When they get sad, they hurt themselves. When crisis happens in the world, they freak out. I'm too stressed. I just collapse in on myself. What the hell is that about? What is so bad that things can't be put back together? You can't lift yourself up and go, you know what? Today was a bad day. And even, break it down further than that. Today wasn't a bad day. I had 5 minutes that sucked. That's it. But nowadays, those 5 minutes means I had a horrible day, which turns out I had a horrible week, which means now I'm depressed or my life is horrible or whatever. Forget that crap. No. Learn to recognize things. And it starts with your kids. It starts with conversation. Just talk. Little things. Be goofy. Don't be afraid to show emotion. Guys, I know it sucks. You probably had a dad that was like rough and tough and whatever. I had the toughest father out there. Construction worker, biker, car guy. Do not tell me about the fear and anxiety that comes from when dad says, will you hold this flashlight for me? You all know what I'm talking about. Every one of you. I still get shaky hands when someone says, can you hold this flashlight? And I am a grown man. Is what it is. But what I'm saying is we all have those people that dictate how we grow. It's our job to learn what's actually needed in the world, what our family needs from us. If you're the man of the family, the guy, the head of the household, whatever, and you can say what you want, you can live in the 2020 mindset of, oh, anybody, whatever, you can be what you want to be, left, right, middle, whatever, I don't care. It's the truth. There's a system in place, and it's been that way for thousands of years. If you think we can change it just because we feel like it, pardon my French, but I call bullshit, big time. Sorry. Facts don't care about your feelings. Very smart man said that, and I really like it. So if you're the man of the household, you got to be everything. You can't just be the guy that sits stoic and says, I will protect the family with my guns and my muscles. You also need to be the guy that makes goofy voices for your kids, braids your daughter's hair, talks to your son about why he's sad when his girlfriend doesn't like him anymore. You got to be the dude that can cry with your wife or girlfriend because she had a hard day or she got really excited over something or anything. Women, you can't just expect the man to do everything by himself because it's icky and gross. Plunge the toilet, clean out the sink, all that crap. I mean, I understand that mostly in today's world where I know a lot of guys that don't really do much and say it's women's work, which is, again, bullshit. Everybody does everything because we're a team. So, be a team, work together. One of my favorite sayings comes from the movie Thor Ragnarok, and it's very fitting to me because in the scene, Thor is trying to pep talk up the Valkyrie to get him to join her in his upcoming battle to break free from the game master, whatever his name is, Jeff Goldblum, who's awesome. Don't ask my girlfriend that because she doesn't think he's very cool, but I do. Anywho. So he makes this big old speech, and he's getting ready to bash the window, and he takes the weight ball, and he slams it, but instead of it breaking the window, it flies back and bashes him in the head. And he falls down, and he hops up. Because that's what heroes do. That's Thor. Obviously, I'm not some big, handsome Chris Hemsworth dude, but the saying works. And that's what I've been imparting on my family here. Anytime something needs done, or it's something hilarious, whatever it is, it's fitting for so many topics of life. Because that's what heroes do. It means get the work done. You may not want to do it. It might get you killed. It might be tough. It might suck. It might be the coolest thing ever and everyone cheers after you're done. But you do it anyways. Because that's what heroes do. Do you understand? We are the hero Homestead here. It's the kind of people we are. If someone needs help, we help them. If some work needs done, we do it. You got something to build, we'll build it. People need a shoulder to cry on. We're the shoulder. Whatever it takes. So, hopefully you like what's happening. Keep communicating with your family and talk. Don't be afraid. Just say, sometimes start small. Make it simple. Hello, how's it going? How was your day? But don't just stop with, it was okay, and walk away. Find out why it was just okay. Help them turn that just okay into, today was an amazingly good day because my mom or dad stopped and took time to talk to me. Or my husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend took time to talk to me. Get down to the root of any problem you ever find. Otherwise, it will keep growing and you will be overrun by the weeds of life. And it will suck and it will choke you out. Every single person will get choked out by the weeds of life if we let it. Joe Dirt said it best. Life's a garden. You dig it and you make it work for you. So, get digging, kids. Because that's what heroes do.